Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning. How are you doing, Mac?
Doing good, doing good. You?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You cold up there?
No, I'm inside. So inside it's not that cold. So yeah, the reason for this sell was that okay, so we broke below the support at 138,955. This kind of broke below support, and we were basically anticipating price to continue down towards 138,760. So it was pretty simple because the trend was bearish, the ideas was bearish, bias was bearish. So the only confirmation we needed was this candle to break the low, because once we broke the low, then with the volume in NY, pre NY, we could anticipate price to continue down to fill this wick here to the left hand side, and that's basically what happened when these sell was taken. So this was an impulse entry below, this wick here at 138, 895, and the stops were above this candle like 9 pips, and you can see how it's just continuing down over here at this point. Oh, it's around 20 pips right here. Beautiful. Wow, still moving. So now we gotta identify is that how far will it continue moving down. So looking to the left hand side, what we can see is that there's a support at 138. Yeah, someone was right here, 138, 630. Right here we got the support. And the next area we have is below this around 138 440 or 450 440. Yeah, there you are, right over there. So these are the two destinations we have now for pound yen to continue dropping into, right? It's awesome, right down over here. I guess GU is, oh wow, man, GU is still dropping here. This is going to be a selling day for the pound. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator and see what's going on over here. Pound is really weak, dollar is really strong, which means that's why pound USD is dropping, yen is strong, so pound yen is dropping. Amazing. Let's take a look at your JPY and see what your JPY is doing. I guess it's just ranging here. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, yep. See this on your JPY? We're still ranging. We're still in this area, just unsure what to do. And when we take a look at the Chinese indicator, we can see that okay, it's just actually this is a joke. We're not going to take a look at Chinese indicator anymore.
Someone made an Instagram and they called it a Chinese indicator.
Yeah, I know. Holy man, this thing is just going. What a call this morning. What a call.
Nice.
Wow. We're coming down to 138,620. Oh my god, man. This thing is continuing over here. Whew. Wow. So clean. Someone said my runner doing a marathon. Exactly. Wow. Man, we called it to the T. When price rejected off the initial push in the sells, I closed my positions, and I've done this before. What would you advise to improve on execution making? Yeah, just don't close your positions. Or if you want to close positions, just leave a runner running. Because the thing is that most of the times your runner is going to get stopped out, right? Most of the times it's going to get stopped out. But then there will be times where it will continue running. And this is one of those times where your runner just continues running over here and does the damage. So it's beautiful. All right, let's take a look at this chart here coming from the Gulag by Mr. Nkosinati Zulu. All right, Nkosinati Zulu sent a chart over here. Let's take a look. This is 30-minute broke support, and I took a sell. Okay, and the next 30-minute candle formed, secured profits here, closed all trades, happy with the profits. Amazing. So when you see this thing happening, are you getting FOMO or is just whatever? Probably there's going to be no FOMO at that point because you secured profits, but wow. This is where, when you secure positions, when you secure, let's say, 10 pips, 15 pips, and you let 10% run, and when that 10% runner gives you more profits than the first one you secured, that's an amazing feeling. You know, I've had those feelings a couple times, but those feelings you only get maybe 10% of the times or 5% of the times, because there's also some sort of retracements too, right? All right, look at this. Very unfortunate. Look at this. Okay, let's see here. Man, missed the entry in between turning on my PC and using the bathroom on GU. Hoping for a second chance, but I would have liked buys if I had broken this instead. Oh, okay. It did play out. That's why you got to focus on one pair, man. Either EJ, either GJ, or either GU. Or either gold. Right? So you got to focus on just one currency pair. But you know what? Whenever situations are about to happen the way I want them to happen, I don't use the washroom, and I don't like, you know, what's the word? Distract myself with those things, because if I miss it, I'm gonna miss it. You know, so you have to keep an eye on this. So when this situation was happening, people were sending me charts. I didn't look at those charts because this situation was happening at this point. This was more important than looking at charts, right? So I guess we can take that strategy in mind and move on with that strategy, that whenever some things are about to happen, you forget about going to the washroom, you forget about turning on the PC, because when it happens, it happens. What's this? Long time listener, first time comment. Fantastic content. Thanks for all your wisdom. I'm just in the learning stage, building up to pulling the trigger soon. Oh, amazing. Furry buffoon, very nice. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here from the Gulag. Man, what a nice day. These things are just dropping and dropping today. Entered after the break of the previous low right here. Secured after 10 pips stop loss at break even. Oh, nice. You have the runner running at this point. Is there any fundamental for this move? Actually, you know what? I don't look at fundamentals at all. I just go off of just pure price action, because I think price action is going to dictate where fundamentals are going to go. So we're going to take a look at that. Plus, also, I think euro is ranging because we got euro interest rates here later in 45 minutes. So first, let's see if there was any fundamental moves. No, there was nothing. It was just regular price action. Normally, if there's any, like, you know, Brexit event or anything to do with fundamentals, we can see it right over here in like a red folder here, but it's nothing there. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I would just say this was a price action based move for price to continue down to fill this wick over here. Someone is saying there was Brexit news about 6 minutes ago. Yeah. Any recommended broker here in Canada for spreads and all? My current broker is Oanda. See, the thing with regulated brokers is that they're good, they're regulated, but this only means they're regulated in Canada and the US. And when you have something regulated in Canada and the US, you have a lot of restrictions. Restrictions on spreads, restrictions on, holy man, this thing is just dropping. 138,500. What's next? 138,440. That's our full target here for the day. 138,440. Right. So when you have highly regulated brokers in Canada or the US, that's what happens, right? You can't trade gold. You can't open multiple positions. You can't open buys or sells at the same time on different pairs. So those are some regulations, and those regulations are in place to keep people safe, right? So that you don't overtrade or you don't over risk or you don't like lose money quicker, right? Because most people, they don't know how to manage risk. What I'm leaning towards is offshore brokers. You know, with those brokers, you deposit via crypto, but the only thing is that you have leverage. You have all the tools you need to really compound your accounts. You know, so I'm really looking at my options here before I go back into trading in January. So once those things are set up, I'm gonna let everyone know a week before what broker I'm going with. Yeah, man, Wanda is so strict. Hey, Raja, will your course be on sale on this Christmas? First of all, there's no course, right? We have a mentorship, we have a group, we have an entire ecosystem of trading, and that never goes on sale. Never goes on sale. I don't believe in those sales things. They just, I don't know, man. Like, imagine you put something on sale And people who paid full price, they say, hey man, I paid full price for this. Now it's on sale for after $100, $200. Doesn't make any sense. You know. Blew my account 3 months ago, over trading, over leveraging. Restarted 1 month ago with $150 account. Made 33%. Okay. Next year I'm going to start with 3,000. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. You can do this. You know, the thing is, when you're using 5 to 10% risk on a small account, the fluctuation in numbers is a lot different than the fluctuation in numbers that you're going to see on a $3,000 account. You know, like, because like a 10% fluctuation on $100 is like $10. You know, 10% number fluctuation on $3,000 is $300. So you'll need some way to get used to that. I would say maybe start, like, if you're going to go with a $3,000 account, then next year I would say go with 1% of risk, 1% of risk, 2% risk. You know, that's going to be much better, and just build off of that. Because if you go with, like, you know, 5%, then you basically have 20 chances to blow your account. But if you go with 1% risk, then you have 100 chances to blow your account. You know, so the first step is to get comfortable in moves, and the best way to get comfortable in moves is to risk 1% a day. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. 1% a day. Do that for 2 or 3 months, and then slowly you're going to identify that, okay, you're getting confident. You know, and as you get confident, then you start throwing on more risk on the charts. You know, so that comes with time. I need advice. I have a brother and he starts trading before me with different strategies. He closed different months in profit, but now he's starting over risking and not securing profit. I know that sometimes you follow your lives. Can you say something and not over risking? Listen, man, the only reason people over risk and they over trade is because they believe that they can do it. But logically, if you look at it, there's no sustainability in it. There's no sustainability in it, man. Nothing. I had a 15,000 I deposited last year. I withdrew 350,000 this year. After a year, you know, sometimes I over risk. I agree, but most times I just did like 2 trades a day, 3 trades a day max. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less. You know, just gotta slowly. You gotta, because here's the thing, right? When we start a job, you know, oh, look at this rejection here. Right here to the left hand side, we rejected. When we start a job, we know after 2 years we're going to get promoted. And if we're working on an hourly wage, we know that after 2 years our pay is going to go up by $2 per hour, you know, or $3 per hour. That to us is okay. You know, that to us, we're like, oh, perfect, I got a $2 raise after 2 years, you know. But it's funny because when you start trading and you know that your raise is going to come after 6 months, and that raise is going to be substantial than the raise you're going to get at your job. And we don't want to wait for that. We want to get that raise tomorrow, next week. It doesn't work like that. So, you know, if you're someone out there over risking, over trading, man, good luck to you. It's going to be a long, long road. Let's take a look at this chart over here. GJ sell, understanding that GJ will do a pullback on 15-minute on new. Close 50% at 4 pips as price dropped hard at rejection zone. Runner stop out. Nice. Rest close with 10 pips. Beautiful. But you still got the move. That's what counts here. All right. I live in Toronto, but I'm thinking of starting another corporation in the UK and then make a corporate trading account with Vantage. That's pretty good. But I'm not sure how Vantage is going to deal with that corporate account in the UK, because you need to have the address of where you live and the bank account there as well. So you'll have to kind of like, you know, kind of see how they're going to react to that. Can you send us the link of the group, please? That's like asking a girl for a number and the girl says, wait, what? You want my number? No, man, get out of here. You know, like you're at the bars at late and you're like, hey, can I have your number? Girl's like, what? No.
La 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 la, you'll never get this, you'll never get this.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen too. How did you find out about the breakout strategy? It was simple. I was watching the charts one day and I was watching that, okay, pound yen breaks support and then pound yen continues down without retest. And I was watching this, and I was like, okay, interesting. How could I have taken that trade? And then I saw, okay, if price is going to trend down, it's going to make lower highs and lower lows. So if price is breaking the low over here, then there's a high probability to make a newer low. And then I said, okay, I have to watch it happen a couple more times. And then I spent the next month seeing these same scenarios happen over and over again. And then I decided, okay, it makes sense then. And that's how this thing came about. What's everyone's spread on Trader's Domain? Mine is 3.5. My spread on Trader's Domain is 1.3, 1.2, 9, oh, 0.9. Yeah, it's like from 0.9 to like 1.4. Yeah, man, 3.5 is way too high. 3.5 is someone's position at break even. That's what 3.5 pips is. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Coming from Varadox in the Gulag. Let's take a look here. Ooh, nice. So you took a sell over here. This was a very risky sell. Extremely risky sell. This was extremely risky trade right over here. This was, yeah, I wouldn't even ever take that trade over here. See, your stop was 3 pips, TP was 18 pips. I would say you're very, very lucky that the spread didn't stop you out at 3 pips. Extremely lucky. But that's just, I think, 1 in a 10,000 chances that worked, so never do that again. Look to see where you could have had a better entry rather than that. But hey, listen, if your spread is high on Trader's Domain, you probably have a standard account. Go with the ECN account. I have an ECN account there. It's like max spread, maximum spread at agent session is at like 1.7, 1.6. New York session 0.9, 1.4, 1.3. It's pretty sick. Do you think FDA approving vaccine today will force gold down? See, I don't know what's happening in that domain. I don't know if they're gonna approve it or not, because there are a lot of people who've had reactions to this thing in the UK, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. GJ buys. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about GJ buys yet. Everything is just held off right now. I think gold is also held off because of the euro interest rates here coming soon in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes we got euro interest rates coming in. All right, let's take a look here. Can you tell me what does it mean to have 22 spread? Does it mean 2.2 pips? Yes, it means 2.2 pips. Can we buy gold? Can you buy gold? I would say a better position to buy gold would be if this 15-minute candle closes above all these candles here to the left, right? Because here's the thing. This candle's coming up to a resistance here. So you need this candle to close above 1, 2, 3, 4 candles right over here. So basically you need this candle to close above this line. And then you need the next candle to break this high, break this candle's high, and then continue up. But if it doesn't close above here, then you'll have to wait for another candle to break above this area to continue up. That's what I would look at. But I would say it should continue moving up since we got this news coming in, because gold always reacts bullish to high volatile news. But I'm not sure. But also price action has to make sense here as well, right? Because right now price action is below this resistance, so we're not really sure. It has to close in about a minute and a half. I thought Trader's Domain accepted Canadian residents, but the site says they don't. Am I high? No, you need to choose crypto as a location. People in the Gulag see a candle go in one direction and want to buy or sell. Yes, that's true. Can you take a look at this GU trade? All right. Let's take a look here on GU. Man, again, I'm going to say it again, that I'm extremely happy that we got the sells here early in the morning. There's no reason to enter another trade. It's a Thursday. You got this trade. If you didn't get this trade, too bad. You'll have to learn from it, but that was the trade to be taken. You know, whenever I look at the charts and when I see big candles happen during the time I'm trading and I'm not in that trade, in that big candle, I tell myself, hey, Raja Banks, listen, you missed out on this trade. The bank is closed today. You know, because if there's a big candle and if you were not a part of that big candle, you've basically missed out. And now you're just looking for scraps. Right? So that was the big candle there. And man, that was amazing. All right, so we're looking at this chart over here. I had the same bearish bias, but I took a sell position when this candle broke the low before the stream. Oh yeah, I think, oh no, we actually saw that before. Where's that chart? Oh yeah, this is the chart here in GU. Low created, resistance formed, price rejected resistance, took sells over here, secured 90% at 10 pips, stops at break even, then the rest run. Oh wow, beautiful. Beautiful, amazing, amazing. You're very lucky that we still continued moving down, came through the support, broke the support. Very nice trade. See, that's an excellent example of, this is coming from the gulag here, and this is an excellent example of how you put stops at break even and price continues moving. Someone said FP market, I think, only allows 40 lots, which is too little. For someone who's never traded 20 lots or 30 lots, I think it's talking about how 40 lots is too little. It doesn't make any sense. Like, even I don't do 40 lots, you know. So for me, 40 lots is a lot. So once you get to the point where you want to drop 50 lots, then you can say, yeah, 40 lots is too little. You know. So I mean, if you're doing 1 lot, 5 lots, I think 40 lots is still pretty okay. See this gold here? Gold kind of closed below this resistance, so there's no buy at this point. But we can see here is that we're also creating some sort of a support here as well on gold, right over here, right? We're creating the support here as well. If you're someone like Ted, then you can say, oh yeah, 40 loss is too little. I can't deal with that. But I think for me at least 40 is too much. What would be your spread on GU on Traders Domain? GU is like 9, 0.9 pips, 5.5 pips. They're pretty good spreads. Pretty good spreads. Why only 1 trade a day? Because 1 trade a day, when you do 1 trade a day, okay, just think about this, right? You come to the charts at 6:30 a.m. It's almost 7:30 right now. You take 1 trade, you take a win, and then you're like, okay, you know what? I got a winning trade. Now I'm going to come back the next day. So you call it a day. You come back the next day. You come back the next day, and you take 1 trade, and you take another win, and then you come back the 3rd day, right? You come back the 3rd day, and then you take another trade, and you take a loss, and it's okay, right? But like once you start taking 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, you start losing profits. We can see gold here breaking the high right now, so it's a possibility it can continue moving up to at least fill this wick or not. But like when you start taking like, you know, a lot of trades during the day, you're not only losing your profits, you're compounding losses at the same time too. So that's why it's really, really important as a beginner trader to take 1 trade a day and call it a day at that point. Because, you know, like trading is all about having independence of time. You know, we're all trading because we can stop working maybe, or we can spend more time with our families and things like that. But if we don't develop these time constraining habits in the start, we cannot move further, right? Because if we only focus on 1 trade a day, we're like, okay, you know what, took my 1 trade, I'm done. It took 5-10 minutes, now I can do whatever I want, right? So even if you took that 1 trade on a 10-cent lot, you made $10, $15, whatever. But I understand that there's going to be a time, maybe 6 months from now, where that 1 trade is not going to make me $10, $15. That 1 trade is going to make me $150, you know, in 6 months. So you got to think like that. In 6 months, with this 1 trade, I'm probably going to be able to make $100 or $150. Or maybe in 8-9 months, that 1 trade, that 1 move can make me $300, you know, or $350. And that's when change starts to happen. You know, when people talk about, no, I'm going to take 2 trades and 3 trades, one is not enough, you're really jeopardizing yourself there, man. You're jeopardizing yourself. You're not giving trading the time it needs. You're not giving trading the respect it needs. You know, market demands respect. If the market allowed you to make a win today, that's it. Be happy about that. Be grateful to the market, because if you enter again, 100%, 90% of the time, you're going to lose those profits. I can guarantee you, you're going to lose those profits. And that's happened to a lot of guys over here. You know, you guys come to the stream, you take a winning trade, and you win the trade, and then you take another trade, and then you lose the trade. You lose profits. I mean, why? It doesn't make any sense. I'm waiting for something like this to happen in GJ. What are your thoughts? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, all right. Let's bring this. Let's take a look over here. Waiting for support to form to move bullish. Close support below here, waiting for resistance to form to move bearish. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, right now, okay, let's just remove these areas here. Bring this up over there. Bring this down over here. So now those areas we had to the left, they don't matter at this point, because we have a support being created over here on the 30-minute time frame. So now what you want to see is that, so first of all, let's measure this range, right? This is like a 24 pip range. Looking at 15 minutes. So basically, price has moved down and price has created a low at this point, right? Now, theoretically, what we would want to see is for price to kind of like come up, create like a minor resistance, and then come down to retest that low. That could be a really good opportunity for people who have missed the first trade to wait for resistance to form and then continue down to retest this low. Or for price to come down, create a bearish candle here, and have the next candle break the low to continue down. Kind of like what happened right over here on the 30-minute time frame. We had support, candle closed bearish, next one broke the low, boom, down. Or that's something you would want to see happen right over here. You know, but like if someone's thinking about getting this retracement up, the thing about this retracement up is that we don't know how far is it going to retrace up. Unless it comes towards, you know, 138.900, then that's going to be a perfect move up for retracement. But we don't know how far is it going to retrace up.
And plus, there's strong bearish sentiment, so looking for a buy is kind of risky, no?
Yeah, exactly. We got a very strong bearish sentiment there too.
Very strong parrots.
They're not mines.
I know.
Okay.
No, that's not Bella's voice.
No.
And Kuko.
Yeah. I feel like I might be focusing on the left of the chart too much. How do you decide which support resistance is relevant or irrelevant? Well, right now, this new support is relevant right over here. Same thing on GU. Now, ironically, GU formed a support exactly at the same area here to the left-hand side. And if you break below this area, you have this support here to the left-hand side, right? So now as price is coming up, you're kind of identifying that, okay, where can we start rejecting from? Can we start rejecting from this area over here? I mean, if we do start rejecting right over here at this area, I'm sorry you guys can't see it much, then you can basically say, okay, maybe we're rejecting because we had rejections here before as well. So you just need to wait to see where price is going to start rejecting. See if it starts rejecting here, then this area of rejection makes sense. Looking in GJ here, now we can see that, okay, if we start rejecting at this area, then it makes sense that maybe we're rejecting this wick over here to the left hand side here as well. So, you know, this is where you're kind of like waiting to see how this candle is going to close. All right, let's take a look at, oh, gold is still up over here. This candle's about to close. We'll see if it closes bullish to continue bullish or not, to 1839 or not. That's going to be something I want to see happening. All right. So Euro JPY is breaking below this support. See now, this is a really, really good idea that if this candle closes bearish and the next one breaks the low, then we can continue moving down. You know, so we're going to remove this zone over here and we're going to leave it right over here, you know, because if it continues down, this is the whole range it needs to fill right over here. And with volume, it can probably continue down further. Wouldn't gold closing above 1838 would be better? Yeah, that's fine, but we were talking about how next candle needs to break this high over here to continue moving bullish. You know, because if it closes above 1838, then you got to identify that, okay, from 1838, your stop is going to be way down over here around 30 pips, right? For it to continue up where you got first rejection at 1838.60, second one at 18 pips away. So from a risk reward ratio, it wouldn't make sense to have like a 30 pip stop with a potential rejection around 20 pips. You know, so this is why this is when when you really look at impulse entries and you can really work on your risk reward based on impulse entries, right? Because I mean, from here, what was it? The stop was what, like 14 pips, and the first target is like 21 pips away, and then 30 to 34, 35 pips away. All right, let's take a look at this Euro JPY analysis here. Waiting for price to close below for support to take sells. Clean candle to the left hand side. Very nice. I'm looking at the same thing over here. This is your JPY. When this candle closes below support, another one break below of this candle, I would enter a sell, but I'm skeptical because of these Euro news. See, that's the problem. We got Euro news coming on. But I think even though with that Euro news coming on, and if we do break the low, I think we should continue moving bearish. Yeah. Because unless we don't break the low, we're not going bearish. That's the whole idea. But the news can really, really change things here as well. Oh, I just heard myself again. Alright, let's take a look at this chart. Same thing. Yeah, we're just waiting over here. Alright, I'm gonna get some coffee and then we're gonna be back. We got about 3 minutes left for this candle to close.
And what's the name of that song in the background?
Oh, the song is called Mirror.
Yeah. Mirror. Fire.
Oh, forgot my banana.
Do you remember this man used to eat ice cream for breakfast? Ice cream for breakfast.
That was like a goddamn papaya, bro. That was the biggest banana ever.
Summertime.
What? My thoughts on gold are basically I want to see candles closing and breaking above 1841 to take buys toward easy target 1850. But I really doubt anything pushing above 1841 on gold. Easy buys, yeah, from there 1841, 1842. You can grab a nice entry and let it run toward 1850.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in EJ because that was one right above the 126, 250. I feel like that's support. Once it breaks that, that's clean traffic.
Yeah, that's clean traffic, literally. But you know, we're gonna have news, so.
Yeah, we got the Euro Summit today. So you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
candle close? Oh, it did close over here, but it didn't break the low over here at this point. Gold is also continuing up here as we expected. All right, once EJ breaks the low, sells, question mark. I would say so, would make sense, because this candle closed bearish and the next one breaks the low, then it's continuing down, just like how pound yen moved down once we break the low on the 30-minute right over here. The biggest problem guys are going to have in trading is, the biggest problem they will have is that, I mean, you'll be aching to be in a trade, you know, because once you see prices moving here, and the reason why I'm saying this is because someone mentioned in the gulag, if someone is in a buy on GJ, you know, I mean, if you're in a buy, all the power to you, but you have to wait for price to print something that makes sense technically. You know, if price is retracing, it's all well and good, but you have to put your efforts in waiting for price to create that resistance and then take a nice easy trade down. Because, you know, if this could have just rejected really easily and come down, so then what would have happened to your buys? There would have been a loss, right? So you have to, like, you know, put things on your side here. Raja sir, your mentorship available. I said it just the way you spelled it.
Is that Roham?
No, someone else. Desi Forex. Desi Forex. If you have the name Forex in your name and you want to ask about, you know, mentorships and whatnot, you don't deserve it, man, because you're already a Forex trader. I mean, why have the name Forex in your name and you're looking for, I don't know, doesn't make any sense. First, maybe remove the name Forex from your name and then start looking for guidance. Because that makes me think that you're the expert, you know, if you have the name Forex in your name. All right. Any thoughts on stop hunts? I don't think stop hunts exist. Stop hunts are just excuses for people when they lose a trade. That's all what it is, you know. Because if price came down to support, and if someone took a buy over here, right, and they took a buy, meaning maybe it's on a level over here, or it's at support, they're like, all right, this is a great way to take a buy, and you take a buy, and when price falls, you're probably gonna call that a stop hunt, you know, because you're like, oh man, it's breaking support. The market makers know where my stop losses are. They're just hunting stops right now. No, man, they're not hunting stops right now. Price is moving because it's breaking the low over here, and smart traders like us, we're taking sells on this to capitalize on this move. Yes. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we're the smart traders.
Yeah, boy.
So all these ideas about stop hunts and market makers, I mean, that's just folklore, you know? Kind of like your mom says, hey, if you don't sleep, the boogeyman is going to come and get you. It's kind of like that. Stop hunts and market makers.
Stop hunts the boogeyman.
Yeah, man. Stop hunts and market makers are boogeyman out there. It's funny because I was talking to my wife the other day and we were talking about how, like, you know, like people here, I mean, like mostly, okay, so what we've seen is we have some white friends too, right? And what they've told us that when they want to put their kids to sleep, they tell them like lullabies and bed night stories and this and that. When us, we put our kids to sleep, we're like, if you don't sleep, the monster's gonna come get you. And kids like, okay, I'll go to sleep.
That was the same thing with me.
Yeah.
I got traumatized, but I turned out good.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, perfectly fine, you know.
So I mean, that's what we say. And we're like, if you don't sleep, monster's gonna come get you.
I have a phobia of closets, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He has no relationship, right?
Yeah. From an observation, many people respect your trading analogy and process, but you really agree that anything else exists. Well, I agree everything exists. I mean, if you tell me that like, you know, X indicator is saying this or X indicator is saying that, I'm going to say it doesn't exist because that was created after price action. You know, I mean, if you talk about price action, I'll 100% say a price action is amazing, perfect, this and that. But when you involved indicators in price action, then there's a bit of a problem, because indicators are lagging indicators. You have to understand, an indicator is going to move after a candle is printed. That's when the indicator is going to move. So how can you trade based off something that is showing you indications after something has already happened? So if you don't have price, I don't know, man. If you don't trade on price action, this is one thing I'm going to say. Look at these clean charts. There's no confusion. Candle breaks the low. You have wicks here to the left. There's a high probability price is going to continue down. Price continues down. You take profits, and that's it. There's no, let's look at RSI. There's no, let's take a look at parabolic SARs, stochastic, divergence. None of that complication. This is why we're growing every day. So you just got to keep things very simple. So I keep things simple, So that's why I don't look at any other complications. How long did it take you to start being profitable? I think the day I understood that I have to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day, and that's about it, I started to see some sort of consistency. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Waiting for the topic to be created. Oh, this is GJ. Sell stop below the entry, below this price over here. Oh, very nice. Secured 80% at 10 pip stops to break even. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, I think the reason why people also think that I don't like to look at some of the things because I'm way too confident in the way I trade. I think that's what it is. Because once you're too confident in the way you do things, you just focus on that. You don't focus on something else that doesn't really work. And I think that's the reason why we're all here, because we all move with the same frequencies, Let's take a look at this chart over here. AUD USD. So we are ranging at this point on AUD USD. If we break below this area, there's an opportunity for price to continue down to maybe this area over here. But if we break above this area, then we can continue moving up. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I guess now you got to do is you got to identify how far can we move up. So since we're still waiting here about 5 minutes for the Euro news, so we're going to quickly take a look at that AUD USD and see what's going on. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, we're creating this support, and then we're also creating this resistance on a 30-minute time frame. So now we got to see where is our next level here as we continue to move bullish. Oh wow, there's nothing over here. There's absolutely nothing here to the left. Holy, let's move up this time frame. Is this real? Oh shit, there's nothing. There's one area up over here at 7,500, but we got to investigate that on the 1 hour time frame. So the next price action we have back on June. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and let's go back to the June area over here and see if you can find some more information. Wow, this is far away. There's no data over here. Wow, there's absolutely no data. Yeah, you're shit out of luck. So if we break up, that's the next zone we have up over there. And let's see how far that zone is from the 30-minute time frame. That is 11 pips, 12 pips, not that bad. Yeah, it's pretty good. We can see that happening. Any price action books to read for a better understanding? There's one book I read. I'm not sure if I have this book over here. No, I don't have it here. There's one book I read. It was 10 Essentials of Forex. Pretty good book. 10 Essentials of Forex. 10 Essentials of Forex. Yeah, this is the book I read. I've also mentioned this book a couple other times too. This is a really, really good book. I only read one chapter from this book though, and that chapter was on consolidation and ranges. So this is a book, 10 Essentials of Forex. I know 10 minutes later someone's going to say, hey man, what was that book you mentioned? So it's right over here. Just screenshot this. Every time, man, someone in the gulag wakes up, they're like, "Hey, what was that book?" All right, let's take a look at this EUR/JPY chart here. EUR/JPY support resistance. So this is a support created. 15-minute has not broken yet. Waiting for the break of the support. Clean traffic to the left-hand side. Will follow to go lower. All right, so we got around. We have 2 minutes left, or 3 minutes left, to see what's going to happen. So now, since we got the time left, let's talk about gold here, right? So gold broke above this area, and as we mentioned that these were the wicks hit, right? Excuse me. So this is where price rejected, because we rejected here before. So now it's a problem here. A lot of ranges over here. So let's go back towards your JPY. In the past, what I've seen interest rates really push euro bullish, and the reason why is because they've always kept them the same, you know. And if they keep them the same, that's considered good news, you know. The big change happens at this press conference over here, like how they dictate what their monetary policy is going to be like. So this is going to really move euro. So we'll see in about a minute this interest rates are really going to move this price or not. If you break the low over here, we're continuing down, but I think we'll need to break above this area over here for price to continue up. And if you measure how far that is, that's like 9-10 pips away, not much. So we're going to see what happens here. Depending on how this candle closes, do you think it may make sense to retest the low? Oh, and GJ? Yeah, I think so. I mean, if this candle closes and the next one can break this low and continue down to retest the low, and then probably with NY open, we can continue moving bearish. That can happen. So we got about a few seconds left over here, and let's see how are you going to react to these news here. Do you still do weekend simulations with students? Yes, we still do them bi-weekly. Okay, we got 20 seconds left. Will I teach my kids to trade? No, I'll teach my kids to be good human beings. That's what I'm going to teach them. Okay, so we got 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. Someone is saying EJ is a sell. Well, below this area, it's a sell. But we'll see how this happens. But if we break above this high, we should continue moving bullish as well. Oh, wow. Look at where this candle closed. Retraced all the way down. See, if this breaks the lower here, then we're continuing down because this candle closed with a small body. Right? If we break below 126,239. But, man, this is... On your JPY, this is not even enough ranges over here. I mean, you got this resistance over here, minor resistance. I mean, with volume, it should break it and continue going up. Because, you know, the volume's coming in from the shock moves here with the news. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look what the outcome was. I think it was also 0. They kept them the same like always. Yeah, they did. Pound yen candle also closed with no wick at the bottom, so there's no sells at this point. The only way it's going to be sells is if we break this low now to continue down, then it's going to be sells. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that. We were right. We were right about volume coming in with this. We did continue going up and we did break above this resistance there. Damn. Let's take a look there. How big was this move above this resistance? 10, 12, ooh, 20 pip move over here.
Looks like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, oh shoot, 100 pips.
all right. Yeah, man, this is great. So if it's continuing up, it should continue up towards, you know, 126, 600. Yeah, now we can start talking about 126, 600 areas over there. Do you ever look at things like railroad track patterns? Looks like a railroad track there on EJ. I don't see no railroad tracks. No, I don't look at railroad track patterns. I mean, what's next? The 407 highway? So this is the 407 highway here coming up towards 126,600.
Right. Railroad track candles is let's say term from market maker method.
Yeah. Wow, crazy. We were right about this news too. Like, I mean, they kept the rates the same, and it had to move bullish, and we're
Yeah.
tapping that area now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
GG is also coming back up to this support area right over here.
Yeah, G is coming to retest the resistance on the hourly candle. Anything staying and trading below 1839 should be nice sells to retest that lower wick on the 4 hour. We're gonna need to wait for that retest.
Yeah, we need some resistance. But this is good though that we got some sort of corrections. But now we can
Yeah.
take sells.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm done for the day, but everyone should take sells.
Nice.
Very nice.
We called an amazing trade in the morning right over here. This right here, we
Yeah.
broke the low. Wow, it was so beautiful trade.
I was actually only aiming for 0.800
Mm-hmm.
here, but it actually it went way below 0.800 down to 0.500.
All right, let's take a look over here. Let's see what's going on here. Why is a journal so important? A journal is important because you're going to be able to see what your mistakes were. You'll be able to see which areas you did better, and then you'll be able to, like, really capitalize on those areas where you did better. That's why a journal is pretty good. If you started trading in your 20s, you think you would have bought Lambos? Probably, I don't know. Like, I was exposed to the Lambo culture when I turned 29.
The Lambo culture, that's good.
Yeah. So it's a culture of Lamborghinis. That's what it is. Because
Yeah.
when I was in my early 20s, I didn't even know that to have a Lambo you're going to be successful. I didn't even know that. All I knew to be successful was to own a home, to have great income, and to provide for your family. That's what I knew the definition of success was, because that's what I saw my dad do, right? I saw my dad work every day, started businesses, came to Canada, started a business, took care of us, so that's what I saw what success is. So when I came on my 28 and when I saw people driving Lambos, I was just confused. I was like, why is this a level, this as like a base of being successful? It didn't make sense to me. That's why it's a Lambo culture.
Yeah. Lamborghini has gotten so much free ad in these last 5 years.
Yeah.
They should pay these people. Here's your commission.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like cars and you have the money, why not go ahead and spend it?
All right. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Decided not to take this trade at pre-London. Thoughts? This would have been my entry candle as it closed below this one right over here, but it had no top wick. Okay, that's good. See, if a candle is closing like this, it has no top wick. This means that this candle had zero bullish momentum, which means that there's a very, very high probability that the next candles are going to continue moving down. That's what that means. When a candle is bearish and has no top wick. This is what we explained in the candle patterns in that thing we have, that database. All right. So Raja, do you think that it's a good idea to have buy stops and sell stops above below the ranges when there will be news like this time? No, it's not a good idea at all. What a good idea is going to be that if you're going to really want to trade news like this, you have to see this news play out at least 15 to 16 times. You have to see it play out. And then you can get confident enough to do those buy stops and sell stops ideas. And that means you'll have to maybe wait 3 or 4 months before you really come into trading news this way. Because this news is not going to happen every day. It's not going to happen every week. It happens once a month, maybe once in 2 months. So you have to really take a look at what particular news are you going to do those things on. What lot size would you recommend for someone that has a $200 account balance? Just want to hear your opinion. I would say like 2 cents, 5 cents. It's pretty good. 2 cents and 5 cents. Because if you look over here, if you bring out the calculator here, right? So if you have a $200 account and you want to risk 1%, so that's what you're doing, right? Yeah, 1% is going to be $2. So that comes up to 2 cents. Do you think someone can trade Forex as well as stocks, or is it better to just focus on one? I would say just focus on one. How much have you lost in the beginning, and when did you start being profitable? I lost a lot. I lost 80% of my savings, and then I figured out. Well, I talked to my mentor at that time, and my mentor was dead, and he still is. And he's like, "Hey, man, just look what I do." And when I saw what he did was every day to be profitable, he would only come in the morning at 6 a.m. He would take one trade on gold, and then he would be done for the day. And we'd be sitting there like ducks, trading gold, trading USD CAD, trading USD JPY, trading GBP JPY, and wondering why we're losing. And then I saw this guy on the other hand comes in the morning, takes one trade, calls it a day. And then I'm like, all right, let me try this for a few months. I tried that for 1 month. My whole perspective on trading changed in 1 month. I was like, oh, that's it? Just one trade? At first I was like, that's boring, man. One trade? That's boring. That's not going to get me anywhere. But taking 5 trades a day, that got me nowhere. But taking one trade a day, man, it got me a house. But it took time, it just takes time. If I have $500 and I can make 10% monthly, that's actually pretty good. Would you recommend me to put that money in a live account and pay for a funding talent account for 2-3 months? See, if you're making 10% on a $500 account, I think you need to prove to yourself that you can do that for 4 months or 3 months. If you can do that for 3 months straight, then I think you're going to come to a realization that you may not want a funded account. Because if you can do that for 3 months straight, you're going to be like, man, screw a funding account. I'm just going to raise my own capital. But if you only do that for 1 month, then obviously, the greed is there to get a funded account to make more money. But man, trust me, once you really start trusting your instincts and your gains and your consistency, you don't go towards funding accounts. But if you really have to, then I think you need to be profitable for about 3-4 months before you go there. Because think about this, if you lose the challenge, you lose all that money, right? So what's the challenge loss? You lose what, 10% and the challenge done? Is that what it is? No one answering, so I would assume that's what it is, right? So if you lose 10% on your account, you're not done, you're still alive. But on a challenge account, you lose 10%, your whole $500, $600 is gone. What is the number of the funding talent stream? I'm not sure. You'll have to. It says the name. Yeah, we changed the name to funding talent, so it's there in the list. Let's take a look here on pound yen chart. What do you think of this GJ? A bit of a counter trend, but I think my level could be good. I'm waiting for the 30-minute. So you're waiting for price to close above this area for price to continue up. Yeah, this looks good. We were actually discussing that idea as well. Looking on the 30-minute time frame. If you do close above this support, then you have this range here from 138.950 going all the way towards 138, 150, about like 19-20 pips away. So yeah, that's a pretty solid idea, because that would mean that price broke below this support at 138.950, and it's closing back in the range, and if it's closing back in the range after breaking below, then there's a probability it's going to continue back up in the range till 139, 150 over here. So that's good. So you just have to wait for price to come up. Wouldn't it be better for someone with your level of trading to trade with funding talent, as you wouldn't risk your own capital? No, because I really trust myself when I trade, and when I trust myself I can trade, I don't want to share my gains with anyone. That's the whole problem. When you're good, you're greedy with your gains. You want to keep all your gains to yourself, and it makes sense. Why not? So that's the reason I don't do that. I want Raja to tell anyone. Okay. So you need 75%. Yeah, that's
No,
that's something I don't know.
that's way too high. That's crazy.
So you have to make 75,000 on 100,000?
What? No.
Oh,
I bet it's 15, bro. I don't know where he's getting 75 from.
to do what? To pass the challenge?
To get I guess the real account?
Now someone is saying 10%. Oh, wow. We got 10%, 15%, and 75%.
Oh my god, let's round it up. Let's make an average.
Yeah, I don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah. Jeez, it's 75% on a 100K account. That's
90% if you're a refugee.
76.
Sounds sketchy.
That's crazy. 75%.
Wow, what's happening on your JPY now? Have we broken up to continue up here with NY Open? NY Open is coming up right now. All right, what's this? It's 10% and they give you a sign of feedback. Okay. How much capital does a person need for a 500 to 1 leverage? $10, $100, $200? Depends on what the brokerage. Is a simulator a good way to prove yourself you can trade? Yes and no. And the reason why I'm going to say no, a simulator is good to test out certain things you see in the live market. It's not good. It's not a way to prove yourself that you can trade, because the thing about simulator is that you can really simulate a 30-minute candle in 1 minute. So it defeats the idea of like having to wait for the candle to form. So you're not building that. You're building your technical levels, your skills, but you're not building that emotional skill there when it comes to trading, because you're waiting while candles are moving and there's a lot of emotions being playing around at that point. So yeah, there's some issues with that. All right, looks like Kashif is about to blow the whistle over here, so we're gonna see what happens later on.
Whistle blowing.
Yeah, whistle blowing.
That's insane.
When you start to trade, how much did you first started with? I started with the $200 account and I lost that. And then I started again with the $700 account. What was the website for journaling trades you mentioned at some stream before? Okay, so the website to journal trades, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you guys right over here. I really like this website here. It's called Trixie.trade. And the reason I like this website is because, take a look at this, right? So I have some students who send me charts, and this is their journal right over here. See this? So this is Trixie.trade. See this here right here, Trixie.trade. So We have the losing trades up over here. We have the winning trades down over here. We have ranges right over here. So now the beauty about having this journal is this, right? I'm going to show you the beauty of this journal. Let's say we want to take a look at these GJ buys over here. You click this and you have the time frame set at 15 minutes, right? And now you want to see is that what if the person entered on the 5 minutes? You go over here, you go to 5 minutes, and boom, it's going to show you the 5 minute chart. Can people please mute themselves, or I'm going to have to remove you here from the stream? Lorenzo. See 5 minutes? You drop down to the 5 minutes, you see it right here. You want to see the 30 minute, you go to 30-minute chart, and then boom, you get the 30 minute. So this is amazing, Trixie.trade. You can put your comments over there. So it's really good, like, you know, if you want to go back and see this without having to have, like, you know, multiple screenshots of time frames. So you can have the same thing on just one chart, just like TradingView, and yeah, it's pretty sick. Trixie.trade right here. Can you send the link? Yeah, I'll send the link here in the chat right now. What was your job before Forex? I used to be a door-to-door salesman. We used to sell water filters and water softeners and chemical filters door to door. It was a lot of hard work, man. A lot of hard work. I think that's where my like this psychology was built towards trading, because when you're doing door-to-door sales, you're knocking on every door and you're expecting to get a sale. You know, you knock on 100 doors, you maybe get 1 or 2 sales and you call it a day. Sometimes you get a sale first thing in the morning, sometimes you get a sale at the very end. Same thing like trading. Sometimes, you know, this morning we were lucky we got a trade first thing in the morning. You know, and sometimes, like yesterday, we waited like 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get a trade.
And sometimes you don't get a sell at all.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get a sale at all. You go home and your mom and dad ask you, hey, did you get a sale today? You're like, no. Your wife asks you, did you get a sale today? You're like, no, no sale today.
Yeah, that's the most depressing thing.
Oh man, so depressing.
Yeah. So how's that commission looking like?
Yeah. So
Oh man.
how's that commission looking like? I know you said 1 trade a day, but if you've already won a trade that day and you're looking for the market and see a setup and everything is in line with your strategy, would you not take it? See, if you've taken a trade in the morning and you won a trade and now you want to see whether this new structure is going to make sense or not, I think the best thing would be to do is to take a paper trade. Take a trade in your mind. That's the best thing you want to do. Because man, listen, trading is like you're putting money on the line, right? And whenever you make a decision around money, that's an emotional decision you're making. And psychologically, as human beings, we can only make 1 or 2 emotional decisions in a day. It's the same thing that Jeff Bezos says, right? He, like I heard one of the interviews, and he's like, if you're going to make decisions, focus on 1 or 2 important decisions in a day. That's it. So if you want to trade, and if you want to take another trade, just take a paper trade, right? Take a paper trade and make a note of that. And then go to the next day, do the same thing. 1 trade and 1 paper trade. Then again, 1 trade, 1 paper trade. And then as you start to do this, you're going to start to get confident enough in that second trade to be able to execute the next time it happens. You know, so it's all about having that confidence. So once you take 1 winning trade and a paper trade, soon you're going to be taking 2 winning trades, right? Or if you're going to take a second trade and if it's going to be a loss, you will accept that loss and say that, okay, I know where I fucked up. So the next time that loss happens, you're not going to be able to take that loss, you know, but it's all probabilities. So that's why I say just focus on 1 or 2 trades. All right, Zoko Troco sent a chart here in the gulag. We're going to take a look at this chart here. Holy Zoko Troco, you got a lot of things going on over here, Zoko Troco.
I got scared.
Whoa.
I don't know, is this a fan over here? I don't know what's going on up over here.
Aurora Borealis?
It's just the rays. These are
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights, yeah.
Teammates got the Northern Lights in there.
His chart is as difficult as his name.
Zoko Troco.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on over here, man.
I know you got a couple W's there. That means you won.
Nah, it's just playing around. It's impossible.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Zoko Troco.
Soco Troco Coco Loco.
All right. Have you seen this fake Wicks Don't Lie? Oh yeah, I've seen fake Wicks Don't Lie. It means I'm getting famous now, right? I'm finally getting fake accounts being made. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this chart here now. So NY Open didn't really do anything except for the fact that we tapped into this previous support over here. So we'll see if this goes bearish to continue down to retest the low, or will the next one break this low to continue down. Stay tuned. For the time being, we're going to take a look at this chart over here. This is 30-minute support. I had this idea before the stream started. With your confirmation, I shorted with my regular size. Oh, beautiful. That's very nice. Hello, I'm new to your channel. What's your strategy like? It's basically there's no strategy. It's all about understanding price action and what the candles are saying, where they're closing. That's all what it is. Because if we're looking at this idea here now on pound yen, we see that price broke support, came down, created another support, now coming up to the previous support, turned into resistance, right? And if the next candle breaks this low here at 138.850, there's a high probability we can continue moving down to retest this low, right? But if price closes above 138.950, then there's some probability that we may continue up towards, you know, like 139, 150, 160 over there. So that's what it is. So you're basically just waiting. You know, what most people do is they come to the charts and they have this book of strategies with them, and they'll look at a chart and then they'll look at the book and they'll skip to the page where the chart is printing. They'll say, oh, I'll use this strategy over here. It doesn't work like that. Like, you have to just focus on one thing and you have to wait for that thing to print on the charts. Once that thing prints on the chart, you execute on it. If it doesn't print, then you just basically wait. You just basically wait. Because, okay, this has happened to a lot of people, right? This used to happen to me too, so that's why I can relate to this. When I used to come to the charts, you know, I would try to be in a trade and I would take a trade, I'd take a loss, I'd take another trade, I'd take a loss, and then I'd take another trade and things would just go off, you know, and I would say, oh man, I spent my day taking losses. And then what would happen was that I would see the perfect setup. The perfect setup would come after me taking 3 losses, and I wouldn't be able to execute on it because I've had no confidence. My ego has been hurt from taking losses, and it's basically a disaster, you know, and then the price would play out just like I would expect it to. That used to happen to me a lot of times, you know. So then I decided, hey, like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for the same situation to print, and then I can take a trade. And then things change, man. Like yesterday, you know, we had to wait 3 hours. And this morning we had to wait maybe 5 minutes, so it depends. But with the bearish bias, would we only take sells there? That's where I am. Well, yeah, I mean, if you only want to take sells, then you're waiting for those confirmations for sells. But if you're being fluid, here's the thing, right? I mean, if you have a bias, a bearish bias, you're looking for sells, but at the same time, you're also keeping in mind what can make price go bullish. You know, that's also important. Just like on... let's take a look at GU here. If you're looking at pound USD over here, you know, and if someone looking for sells, you're basically waiting for candles to, let me remove the zone here first, kind of like messing me up here. So you're waiting for candles to come back close below here to take a sell. But if you're only waiting for sells, it doesn't mean that you're ignoring the buys. Even though you're not going to take buys, you're still keeping in mind what can make price go up. You know, because if price does go up, you're not going to be confused at that point. You're going to be like, okay, you know what? My sells didn't, you know, create that confirmation, and probably it's going to go up now. But I was only looking for sells. I'm not going to take these buys because, you know, it didn't really play out. Since the regulated broker VantageFX is closed, are you planning to go with the unregulated in 2021? VantageFX is only regulated in, well, it's unregulated in North America. You know, when we talk about unregulated brokers, yes, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the broker which is unregulated in North America. But it's regulated in other countries, you know, like some countries in Africa, some countries in Europe, you know, some countries in Asia, you know, so that's what it is. You just gotta, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I'll have to do some research before I go with somebody, and then I'm gonna let everyone know. Hey, can you rate my chart analysis? All right. Let's see here.
Raja, are those unregulated brokers? Do we have any securities, like in case we won't lose our money?
No. No, you don't. Same thing with. See, here's the thing. You have to understand why something is unregulated. You know, I mean, if there's a broker, they don't function in. I mean, in Canada, VantageFX is unregulated. You know, in Canada, black bull markets is regulated so far, but it's moving towards being unregulated when Canada starts clamping down. Whenever a broker gets too big in Canada, they become unregulated because Canada wants them to, like, you know, work with their own rules. So that's why they get unregulated. You know, so that's what happens. So any broker, if they choose, they can just shut down and you can't do anything about it. They can run off with your money. You can't do anything about it. So you just got to put your trust in it. Just like, you know, like I've been with IC Markets, Black Bull Markets, VantageFX, Traders Domain. I've traded on Hugo's Way as well. So none of those brokers have run off with my money yet.
Well, at least you know where Ted lives.
Yeah, exactly, right? I know where he lives.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
he doesn't need $1,000, $5,000, $100,000 from anybody.
Yeah.
Trust. Come on, man.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like if a broker is going to steal your $10,000, they're mainly losing out on a lot more money because the brokers can make a lot more off of commissions and spreads. You know, so if they steal someone's 10,000, they basically lost maybe way more than that. So yeah, you'll have to do your due diligence when it comes towards, you know, some brokerages. My problem is that I jump out of the trade too early. If I see that I'm in negative too long, I'm out. See, when you're in a trade and you're in negative for too long, maybe just close 50% of the position and let the rest run. That's my advice. You stopped using IC Markets. Is there an issue? Yes. Canada told them to move out. So IC Markets said, hey, Raja Banks, you have 30 days to withdraw your funds. And same thing happened to VantageFX, man. VantageFX in November, they moved out. And VantageFX said, hey, Raja Banks, you have 30 days to move your funds. So then I moved my funds. As long as the broker have at least one regulation in a first world non-fiscal paradise country, I will open their shady island regulation. YOLO trading.
YOLO trading.
I think you should just go with YOLO brokeraging.
Make your own brokerage called YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO FX. Man, there was a broker someone told me about probably like 4 months ago, and that broker was saying that if you lose your trades, we're gonna refund you 50% of the losses for the first month.
How does that make any sense?
I know, man. I was like, what? What's that sorcery? You know?
Witchcraft.
Yeah. Or something like that. Like it was like a lifeline they had. Like your first losing trades, they will refund you your losing trades. Something along those lines. And that really like, I'm like, whoa, that's pretty interesting.
It's like instant red flag, right?
Yeah, instant red flag.
Right.
Yeah, people need to do the due diligence when they're looking into brokerages. Go read their terms and conditions. If things don't line up, big red flag. If the website is garbage, huge red flag if a website is garbage. You know, if there's not much information on the website about the brokerage, huge red flag. There are red flags everywhere, man. You just got to use your brain to identify that. How do you feel about FX Choice versus Black Bull? I don't know about FX Choice. What I've heard about FX Choice is that their spreads are higher. So yeah. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here by Saad Khan. So price broke above resistance, took impulsive buys. That's a very bad trade. Extremely bad execution. Bad trade overall, just not good at all. If price came up over here, you wanted the candle to close above this area. When the candle is open, you don't know whether this candle is going to close above resistance or it's going to close below this area. We don't know that, right? So it's just, you have to wait. If this candle closed above support, well, this area over here, and it broke the high, then you could take buys. But if it didn't close, then basically you're waiting. Did you take a trade today? I'm not trading in December, but we called out a really nice move on pound yen to continue bearish, and we did move bearish here.
And gold, I don't know why, but gold is trying to break that 1841s. Expecting sales on gold, but god damn.
Once again.
Whoop.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. Buys above 1842 should be nice.
Yeah. Hey Raja, just lost a trade. Can you review it and give me some insights on what I did wrong? Hey, we're gonna review it, but if you get offended by the review, then that's all on you. All right, let's take a look over here. This is, oh man, this is some dumbass entry over here again on GU.
No filter.
I mean, look, so this person, so I would assume you've been on the stream with us for about 2 weeks. So you took us, since there's no information, you took a sell when the candle was moving bullish. That's equivalent to standing on a bus stop and you want to go left and all the buses are going right. And you jump on the bus that goes right, anticipating it's going to go left. And then this happens, you know, so I don't know, man. Like if you're taking a sell, at least wait for a candle to close in your direction first, right? Like if you look right over here, the 30-minute candle is about to close in 9 minutes. And if this candle closes bearish, it makes sense to take a sell at that point. But once the candles are moving bullish and you're taking sells, it makes no sense at all to take sells at that point. Absolutely no sense at all. You know,
If you want to look at Euro JPY on the 5-minute, I think it might be coming up to a proper short position.
yeah, I was actually looking at that on the 30-minute here as well. It's basically coming up to the same area where it had resistance formed here. So I think if it closes, even on a 15-minute, and the next one can break the low, we can come back in the range, and this move up can be a fake out. But at the same time, we got ECB press conference at this point, and we're not sure what their monetary policy is going to look like with this press conference. Because if we reject it, then we can continue going back up to 126,600. We got 8 minutes left for these candles to close over here. Which broker did you recommend to trade in Pakistan? I think if you're in Pakistan or you're in India, your best bet would be to go with something, a broker which can accept crypto deposits. Easiest bet right there. crypto deposits, you know, like, because I know some people in Pakistan, they can still trade some brokers, but easiest way is to go around crypto deposits because some banks don't recognize some banks sending you deposits. Can you check my analysis? I've been learning to anticipate trades and my plan trade ideas are getting better. All right, let's take a look over here. Let's take a look here. Preparing to take, anticipating sells over here, bearish market structure, preparing to take buys. Once we break structure, we wait for a retest. Okay, looks good. I think you can get buys if price can close back above 138.950. You know, like right above over here. But this candle is about to close over here now in the 30-minute time frame. So if it closes bearish and the next one breaks the low, we can continue down to retest the low at this point. Your JPY also about to close in 6 minutes. Oh, Bitcoin not accepted from Pakistan. Oh, then how are you going about that trading? That's pretty crazy. So many rules, man. Oh, credit card and Skrill. Okay. Do you think if this candle closes a decent bearish candle, could it be enough confirmation to take a sell? Yes, I think so. That would be a perfect break, retest, and continue down. Yeah, I think that's yeah, that's gonna be great. Either
Yeah,
this,
you called it before.
yeah. So either I'm thinking this 15-minute is gonna move, or it's better. Yeah, it's better to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. I have posted the proof on Slack. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that afterwards. All right, what's this? Waiting for the candle to end bearish? Yes. Predicting the next bearish candle to hit support? Yes. That is true. We got 5 minutes left for this candle to close. Now, here's the thing when we're waiting for candles to close, right? While we're waiting for candles to close, which is pretty good, what can happen is that before the candle closes, price can just dump down to support. Now, if that happens, you have to accept that you were waiting for something that you wanted to see and price just dumped, and then you're like, okay, you know what, whatever. I mean, it is what it is at that point, right? But if the candle does close bearish and the next one starts breaking the low to continue down, then you're like, okay, awesome. You know, now's the time for me to take a trade. But sometimes you miss out on trades when price just moves, you know, and then at that point you just say, okay, you know what, I missed it, whatever. And then once you miss it, then you can go through small time frames and you can kind of like see, okay, where could we have possibly entered? And the only entry at that, so let's say this candle does continue down all the way down in 4 minutes, I would say that, okay, maybe this was a good entry right here as we broke the low, and that's why it continued down and you had this clean candle to the left hand side and this and that. So, you know, trading is all about waiting and studying. And ooh, someone's magic key just arrived. Oh, nice.
Nice, go Pokemon. Plug them in.
Oh man, the gulag crashed Trixie. Let's see here, Trixie.trade. Oh no, it's still running. But the guy got a message that, hey, too many people have logged in. So far, I would say, man, it's been a pretty good session here because there was one trade, sell trade we called in the morning. Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to post a lot about that trade this morning after we're done from the stream. Wow, so nice. Fill the wicks. Beautiful. First trade entered after enrolling in the community. Oh, nice. Look at this. Let's take a look here. So you entered a sell when the 15-minute broke the low. I entered at the break of the 15-minute doji. Is it a cowboy entry? I think it's pretty good. I think it's good. It's aggressive, but it's a good entry because we are having that retest, you know, and we got 2 minutes left for this candle to close. So yeah, it could very well continue down. And I guess once this candle closes, you could probably put your stops at break even, and if you can get like 10 pips out of it, I think that's amazing. Get 10 pips, secure 10 pips, put stops at break even, and you're good to go. Maybe I should have waited for... Oh no, you're still good because, you know, now you're still learning. You're like, okay, this makes sense, but now you also know this was aggressive, you know? So yeah, it's pretty good. Let's take a look at this chart over here on GPCAD. GPCAD, price broke below support. This candle broke below, you took an impulse entry. Amazing. If it can continue moving down with this 830, even better. Wow, look at this. This thing is still going over here. Looks like this 30-minute candle is going to close really bearish, and the next one is going to continue dropping down.
Yeah, hope it give us a down wick.
Yeah. Do you think it's too late to enter in GJ? Yes, it's too late. And it's a little early too, because now you got to wait. Wow, your JPY is coming back in the range here. This candle's about to close. Raging Bull has a big lawsuit. I thought they were legit, but they're fake. Yeah, man, that's what happens. Raging Bull, I used to see a lot of their ads on YouTube, flying in jets and doing this and doing that. And their lawsuit came out, seemed like they took investor funds and they were consistently losing. That's what the lawsuit came out with. It said in their lawsuit that apart from their videos and their airplane commercials, they were consistently losing client funds. So they're in the hole for $137 million. That's a big deal, man. $137 million. This is what happens, man. Like, they're all scams. I mean, they're basically saying, oh yeah, we have these hot tips on COVID, and you're basically trying to capitalize on the COVID market. Big scam. Crypto scams are also here. There are a lot of people on social media. They're saying, hey guys, buy this coin or buy that coin. They're all scams. You know, they're all getting you to buy these magic coins so that the price goes up and they can sell at the top and you can just... Yeah, it's just... I mean, crypto scams are the best. All right, look at this. Candle closed bearish. We're about to break the low. We broke the low here in the first few minutes over here. The first few minutes are very crucial, right? If we broke the low in the first few minutes, then there's a bit of a probability it may continue up to make a top wick when we break the low in the first few minutes, right? But if we break the low in the first few minutes and continue dropping, then it should continue moving down. But you can see how it broke the low in the first, not even the first few minutes, the first few seconds it broke the low. So it becomes pretty risky at this point. Your JPY is coming back up in the range here with that press conference, and I guess their monetary policy should be bullish for euro. It should continue moving up to retest the high over there. Are we in any trade? No, we are not in any trade.
There's no we.
Yeah, there's no we. People asking who am I talking about with crypto coins. I'll tell you this much. Whenever you see someone on social media and they have a story saying that, hey, I have people ask me about crypto coin, how I bought this coin, stay away from that coin. That's all I gotta say. Stay away from those coins. This was today in London session. Can you please check it out? All right. Let's take a look at this chart. This is took a trade when broke the 15-minute high over here. Took TP 9 pips when I got stopped at a break even. Another reason I took this trade was because there was a great price action. Was London Open. Oh yeah, nice man. It was very nice. It was beautiful. All right, I'm very close to giving up. I don't think trading is for me. Don't know what to do anymore. Well, Stanley C. James, I think you need to really see. I think a lot of people feel this way, right? Every morning you wake up, you're like, oh my God, let's go through charts again. And oh, another loss today. Holy shit, this thing doesn't work anymore. And then you look at charts again, you take another trade, and then you take another loss. You're like, oh my God, this still doesn't work anymore, man. I don't know. I've lost a lot of money and it's not working out. It's not working out because you're over trading, you're over risking, you're constantly looking at the charts, you're getting anxiety while you're looking at the charts. There's no discipline. That's why it's not working, you know. And if you're not going to be disciplined, it's not going to work at all. Nothing. So I'm going to say it again. I've said it 10,000 times. Just focus on one trade a day and call it a day and come back the next day. If you don't do that, trading is going to be your kryptonite to your happiness in life. And for people who don't understand that, that means that trading is going to remove all happiness from your life if you don't focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. You know, and it's a very hard thing to do, man, because charts are always moving. You're in some dumbass groups that are posting analysis all the time. You're in signal groups. They are sending signals all the time. So you need to leave all those groups and just focus on one trade a day, and that's it. It's going to seem pointless. It's going to seem useless, like for the first 2 months. But after 4 or 5 months, you're going to start to see the change. You know, change is not going to happen in a day, in a week, in a month. It takes like 5-6 months to see a change. And look at this. Your JPY, we were correct. We were correct about this. Bullish. I've seen it happen a lot of times, and it made sense. Because I've seen it happen before, it made sense to happen again. We tapped the high again at 126,600. Even though I'm not in this trade, I've just seen it happen, you know, so now it just becomes instinct. Pound yen is still struggling here to continue down. See, now it moved up. If it starts breaking its own low, at this point it has a high probability to continue down. So if you look on the 15-minute time frame, yeah, it makes sense. You know, if now it turns bearish, it should continue moving down.
Makes sense.
How many pairs do you recommend for beginners? I would say 1 pair. Think about it. I'm a professional. See, okay, I'm not going to say I'm professional. Oh, wow, look at this. We're broken the low now. It should continue moving bearish. There's a possibility. And listen, if you've taken 1 trade in the morning and you have won that trade, do not take this trade. Do not take this trade. You know, even though it's going to be a winning trade, you have to respect discipline. You know, you know, just be happy you took 1 winning trade. You know, but if you haven't taken a trade, then this makes sense, right? Because now you're looking at oh yeah, it's a bigger stop loss over here, 13-14 pip stop loss for like a 1-to-1 risk reward over here. But you really want the 15-minute candle to stay bearish here. If this doesn't stay bearish, then the probability of it coming down, it's greatly reduced because you also have a support down over here as well. If I should take 1 trade a day, how can I contemplate the idea of swing trading? Well, if you're taking 1 trade a day during day trading, then I guess in swing trading you're taking 1 trade a week. Or 2 trades a week, you know, because you're swing trading. It takes time. Making trading decisions in the heat of the moment makes you a gambler. Yes, a trader must enter the trading arena prepared and know his or her trade candidates levels. Yeah, exactly. I gotta go, guys. Had fun. Got scammed on GJ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful. You know what? Sometimes in football, you have mics on referees and players, and you can hear them what they say, and sometimes it's hilarious the things they say. That's what I feel about Kervin at times. Sometimes he's whispering, and I'm like, what is he whispering over there? If you could have a mic, if we can have a mic on him to hear what he's saying.
Nice.
He's whispering to the candles.
Whispering to gold. I seriously want to see these GJ cells to play really nice.
Yeah, me too.
Gold is breaking so clean, it's so fishy that we can get easily 60, 70 pips in this move, man.
Oh, going up to 1850?
Yeah, it looks so clean that sometimes you wonder if that move is gonna happen because it's so easy.
That's true.
So becomes fishy.
Yeah, even in the 5 minutes, easy to go to 1847 as well. 47, 46. You're right. Yeah, GJ 15 minute needs to close bearish or remain a small body. The only problem I have with GJ is that this rejection over here, once price came down, they rejected here. So I'm not sure if this is going to play a role in price coming down and bouncing here or not.
Yeah, that's my first target. Let's see.
Ooh, we are moving up here in gold. We were right about gold being bullish since morning.
Yeah. I was more in the selling territory for gold, but I knew that if we break 1841, 1842, it's gonna be a nice move toward 1850, 1848 easily. It is what it is. I'm only 60 pips in profit, so let's see.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue. You're right. Clean candles to the left-hand side. I live in Dubai. Black bull markets or icy markets? That's something you'll have to decide. Both are the same. If you have both available in Dubai, then both are the same. And pound yen is being extremely fishy over here. Look at these 5 minute candles just going bullish over here. I'd be looking to close out at this point in pound JPY.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it right now.
Nope. I found out that trading is hard when you go live. The setups that I made during demos are really different when there's money on the line. Damn. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Look at that. Good call there, Kervin.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes. It's maybe because there's a lot of uncertainty in the euro, which is why gold is moving up. But at the same time, technically, it makes sense to continue up as well. And if euro is continuing up, it should continue up over here. Fill this wick to the left-hand side. Uh-oh. Market maker. Ji, hello, assalamu alaikum. TikTok, aap sunaye.
If anybody took this trade on gold, I would recommend secure some positions. Let's say secure at least 50% on that trade, because we may we may have a heavy pullback in the last 15 minutes for this hour candle. Other than that, looks Gucci. If you can hold it, do it. But you should secure some. And for GJ to continue selling GJ toward that lower area that we formed based on the 4-hour candle, you need this price to respect at least 138.900, which is the previous
50 minute, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I've got my stops at 92.
Okay, then you're safe.
Yeah, let's see how this 50 minute closes. Otherwise, I'll start cutting.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this thing is still running over here.
Yeah, my friend.
What's a recommended website for beginners? Babypips.com. Best recommended website for beginners.
And it's free.
Yeah.
It's the best thing of all.
Okay.
Are we going to reach 1847 or are we going to reject from here?
Whatever I got right now, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, man. This move. Clean candles to the left-hand side. I mean, perfect.
Come on, GJ. Close bearish.
Yeah, G is still giving some sort of hopes.
Yeah, it's giving fake hopes over here. If you took that GJ sell when this candle broke its low in the 30-minute time frame, how would you manage your risk? I would close 50%. That's how I would manage my risk, and I would let the rest run. Because with me closing 50%, if price hits my stop loss, I'm losing less than what I planned to lose. But if I close 50% and price continues down in profit, then it's still pretty good. Then I'm making at least some profit, but I'm removing risk from the trade if price is moving against me. All right, here's the last candle of this 4-hour. Is this going to be a power push towards 1847, or are we just gonna drop
Continue.
from here? Yeah.
But you don't want to risk anything and left anything on the table when you had this nice move to the upside. So at this point, you should anybody should secure some profits, and let it run. Let's do gold, whatever he wants to do. But you may have a pullback. And that's the thing. You never know.
All right, the new 15-minute candle has also started on GJ. This candle has closed with a small body, which means there is less bullish momentum now and a more bearish momentum with this candle here. So once we start breaking the low over here, then our chances of going down are greatly increased.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on, break.
Hey, does the wick?
Oh. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Does the
15
wick?
minute broke the low.
Yeah, man, we can see that. Does the wick on the 4-hour and GJ not scare you looking to the left-hand side? Well, basically, if it's moving down, you're basically waiting for price to come to this wick over here, because this is where we rejected before, so we're not sure whether it's going to reject this here again or not. So that's why you're keeping this in the back of your mind. At the same time, as it's coming down, you're also expecting it to continue down to retest this low it created earlier on in the session. So this low was created in pre-New York, and this is the New York open volume here within this hour. Also, the 4-hour candle is coming down to a close, so you're really expecting it to continue down here to this point. Why do you trade GJ more than GU? Because in this session, GJ is only influenced by one currency. So it's easier to trade a pair that's influenced by one currency. So let's take a look at GU over here. See what GU is doing. See this GU? GU is not moving like GJ is moving because GU is influenced by two currencies, the pound and the dollar, right? So for GU to move down, you need pound to be weak and you need dollar to be strong. But if we look at gold here, gold is moving up. This means the dollar is weak. So when the dollar is weak and the pound is weak, what happens? Consolidation, right? But in this case, pound is weaker because yen is close, so that's why it moved a little bit nicer than pound dollar at that point. Hey Raja, what's the name of the book you mentioned some streams ago? See, I told you guys, right? Someone's gonna come here and they'll say, hey man, what's the name of that book, man? I told you guys. Man. Alright, I'm gonna write this here. What was the name there? Oh yeah. 10 Essentials of Forex. We can, if there was a market index based on the gulag, man, we would win every time. So predictable. How do you close 50% of your trades? You can, there are two ways to do that, right? How to close partials in MT4. Either you can go through here, these are like a bunch of steps, or what you can do is you can invest in magic keys, right? So you have one click, stop loss at the break even, close half, close full, close custom. If you want to know everything about it, you can just go to Instagram over here. Instagram, go to magic keys start trade. Yeah, right here. And just watch this video right over here. This video explains you how magic keys work, what it's all about and all that. Wow, man, 10,000 followers. Crazy.
Good work. Good work.
Yeah. We have some amazing setups over here too. There was this one setup, this guy had a 65-inch screen. And when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, man, this guy's on another level. Oh, wow,
Isn't
look at
that
this.
Josh?
No. This one? No, I don't know who this is. These are two.
Oh, shit.
These are 249 inches.
Damn, last time. It's like 4K. $4,000 in Italy.
Yeah.
Holy.
There was
Right.
Yeah. Gold is still in the game to continue moving up over here.
Yeah. GA looks like it's gonna give us a nice juice move toward the 138,500s.
See, looking at 4 hour, we're bearish. Daily's bearish, coming down. 1 hour is also bearish. 30-minute also. This just needs to close a strong bearish candle for the next one to continue down.
Yeah, but the 15 minutes still looks good, even though we don't have a top wick on this current 15 minute. But this 15 minute candle should drive this price toward easily 138,600. Once we clear 138,610, which is the previous candles on 15 minute that we have there, which is this wick to the left, that price is gonna drive all the way down. It's just we still have this 1 hour, the previous 1 hour candle reacting as support. So if we don't break that 1 hour candle, still big chance for GG to range for a long time. Maybe London close is gonna make the break from that low if we don't get that break now. There you go. Come on, GG. Let's go.
Yeah, push, baby.
give some coffee and cupcakes to the gulag. Uh-oh.
Oh,
I heard magic is working.
someone just closed some percentage, or
Very nice.
someone opened the calculator to enter a trade. Do you send magic keys to my cousin's country? Well, Nicholas Fernandez, if I was a mind reader, I would have known what you're thinking about, but I don't know where your cousin lives. How do people do this, man? Will you be posting a video on how to use magic keys? Yeah, actually, if you go to YouTube and if you YouTube magic keys, you'll see a video there posted by one of our members.
This wick right here is the contention area for this candle. Once this candle start breaking below that, easy move for this area.
Yes. Ooh, someone closed gold at $300 profit. Beautiful.
Very nice.
See, that's what I'm talking about. $300 profit? Man. Magic keys will make you overtrade. No, sir. Your mind, your weak mind is going to make you overtrade. That's what's going to happen. You're weak. That's what's going to make you overtrade. You know, magic keys, man, it's helped me manage my risk better. I mean, no. Your weak mind is going to make you overtrade. So you can't blame your dumb actions on products. It doesn't work like that. You know, it's like saying magic keys are going to automatically open trades for you. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You're living in a fairy tale. Hey, Roja. Paper trade over here. What do you think? Okay. I love these comments, man.
Roja.
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 Alright, let's take a look here. This is... Would it have been a bad trade to buy the support? Yes, because there was no confirmation that candles are going bullish. That's why I would say it was a bad idea to buy the support. A better trade would have been to follow the trend. You know, following the trend is always amazing. Oh wow, look at this. We're breaking below this wick now here. In the last 5 minutes, will we come down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stops to break even.
Yep.
And let's pray.
Yeah, it should. Theoretically, it should
Yeah.
continue down.
Yeah.
Hey Raja, think today's scams can be better than yesterday. Oh yeah, they were way better than yesterday. Look, first thing in the morning we had this move down. And there are some people here in the stream who took this trade, they won the trade, and then they took a second trade and they lost profits. And then there are those people who took this one trade and they only took that one trade and they're happy with that. You know, so a regular life of a gulag is that they take a winning trade and then lose profits within the second trade. That's a day in the life of a gulagger. But man, we have some amazing, intelligent people in the gulag too. Let's take a look at this chart over here. As GJ is moving, we're going to keep an eye on the price. Oh, nice. Gold buys. Oh, wow. You made it $500 over here. Beautiful. I'm happy with the first winning trade. Kept my profits. Someone made $100 today. Amazing. Let's take a look at this last chart over here for the day. And then we're going to see if we hit 138.550 or not. Hey, Raja, I took this trade earlier, but instead of taking after broke the low, I entered here. Yeah, I think you were just scared for no reason. You should have had some sort of trust in your analysis for price to play out. All right, 3 minutes left for this candle to close. Will we reach our target before the stream ends or not? That is the question here. See pound yen? See what pound yen is doing, man? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. GJ on the other hand, moving nice and steady. It should continue down to 138.550. Where was the best place to take a trade on gold? The best place to take a trade on gold. Let's take a look here. I would say, since on the 30-minute we had less confirmations, going down, I would say a better trade was basically we had this resistance right over here, right? We had this resistance area at this point, right over here. Looking to the left hand side as well. We can agree that this was a resistance. So looking on the 15-minute and 30-minute, we don't really see any confirmations to take a trade. I think a good confirmation was on the 5-minute here as we started breaking above the highs over here. Yeah, with the 20 pip stop and like a pretty clean range looking to the left hand side. And she just back in.
You're gonna laugh. My internet went down.
Oh, really?
Maker, man. Yeah, man.
Have you moved to Wisconsin? What's going on?
Oh. Yeah, no. Man, whatever.
Whatever.
Come on, GJ. Come on.
Yeah, GJ's still moving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
wait,
Yeah.
This
You can do it. Come on.
this is the
More
point.
pips.
This is the point you should be looking to secure positions at this point. Yeah.
It just closed completely.
Do you have a certain monthly goal percentage you aim for? I aim for about 10-15%. I mean, do you even feel comfortable taking trades knowing that you take a minimum lot percentage? Did you grow this percentage in time? Yes. Percentage grows over time. You know, that's how compound interest works. It grows over time. So if you're doing 1%, yeah, if you're doing like 1% a trade, you're doing like 1% a day, you're doing 1% in 2 days, it's going to grow over time. It's going to take time. You know, so if it's progress, even if it's slow progress, progress is progress. You just got to give it time. What's this? Don't even try to be right. Take the trade where you've established you should. Cut your losses when you've established you should. Take your profits. Yeah, exactly. That's true. So, yeah, perfect. I mean, this is awesome. This is the start of the new 4-hour candle. It's the start of the new 30-minute and 1-hour candle. We're bearish over here. If you're securing positions at this point, leaving a runner's run, beautiful. Nothing better than that.
This new 4 hours should drive this price beautiful to the downside.
Yeah, I agree. Look at this 30-minute, so beautiful. 15-minute as well. Wow, so nice. Is GJ still going up? Silent trader. I think you should just stay silent at this point. Why would you... Going up on the monthly time frame? Like, what time frame are you looking at? Let's take a look at the monthly time frame. It's ranging on the monthly time frame. Weekly as well as going down. I don't know what happened there. Either you took a big toke off a blunt or maybe that was a troll comment. Wow, gold is still heading up over here. Looks like we're gonna tap into that. Oh, actually we are tapping into that 47 area. Yeah.
At least 1950 should be reachable.
Yeah, we're right
before
there.
NYC.
47 and then 1850 over there.
I mean, yeah, 1850.
18, yeah. Hey, Raja, I lost that GJ trade even though I had it all planned. Can you take a look? Wow, man, how can you lose that trade? Let's take a look over here. Ooh, we tapped 1847. Holy, we tapped 1847 here. This was, oh, look at that move, amazing. Look at this 5-minute, it broke the high again and boom up. All right, let's take a look at this chart. So sell at the break of the low over here. Okay, expect the price to go down 5 minute and close 70% over here, and then you got stopped out over here. So I guess when you got stopped out over there, you needed to see that, okay, how could you have given your trade a second chance? That's very important. Is it bad luck or, yeah, it is what it is. I guess now you got to see how you could have given your trade a second chance. And when you start to look at this, I think a second chance you could have given your trade was once we started breaking the low at this point to continue down. That was a second chance right over there. And even if you look on the 5 minute, oh man, I think your stop was way too small based on the 5 minute. Should have been at least above this 15-minute candle right over here. Up over there. All right, we're coming close to the low over here at 138.550. We're almost there. Can we get 550 here, GJ? Come on. GU is moving like a turtle over here. Let's take a look at your JPY. Your JPY is now ranging after that big move up and continuation down. We're in this ranging situation here. G just coming back, 562, 568, 570. Can we get 550?
There you go.
Oh, 550! Let's go.
There you go. There you go.
Nice trade, guys.
Beautiful move here.
Nice call.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Very nice.
Lower highs,
Very
lower lows,
nice.
and yeah, very nice. Alright, Gulag, give a like on the stream here if you enjoyed the session today. I think it was a very clean session on pound yen.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro. Just a quick question. When should we have entered GJ? Because I entered at 138.62.
Okay.
Too late or?
62. Why did you enter at 138.62?
I think the 15-minute close at 62. So I believe I entered after the 15-minute close.
No 15-minute close at 62.
I think he meant the 5 minute. Give me 1 second.
Or I think it didn't close at 62, but I believe it came down to it. So I entered anticipating it would go down lower. But was that a bad price to enter at?
What was the outcome?
I mean, I made a good like 9 pips. So
Okay, because the information you gave me, 62, I don't see that here on 15-minute chart. 62. This 15-minute candle closed at 68. This 15-minute candle closed at 600. So I don't know which candle you're talking about that closed at 62.
well, it says it closed at 64, I believe.
It might have been the spread that altered his
Yeah.
entry.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably in the spread. So I guess your entry could have been right over here when this 15-minute candle broke the low here, anticipating the 30-minute to continue bearish, which it did.
Okay.
That would have been right over here once it broke the low. So your stop would have been above this current 15-minute candle to continue down here.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. But awesome. So I'm gonna head off over here. Take care, everybody.
Alright. Be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't overtrade.
Yeah.
No? Okay. All right,
No.
Kervin.
I was about to ask you something, but we're gonna chat later.
All right.
Oh, whoa.
Was
We're gonna
something
chat
about Mac.
later.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, when Mac is not there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
VIP treatment.
Oh, yeah.
Start getting anxiety right now. Thank you for that.
Anyways, thank you so much, Raja.
Alright.
Thank
you.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Safe.
Take care. Take care, Adil. Have fun.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Bye, Gulag.
I hope you
Bye,
guys.
Bye,
guys.
Gulag.